right, there we are. Okay, folks, we're live tonight. TigerBait.com's weekly Facebook live chat, and of course, brought to you by Pride Roofing. I hope everybody's staying safe through Hurricane Delta. I've already received a bunch of text messages from friends in Lafayette without power. Our Preston guy, I can launch I can get out my front yard and launch a drone and see the roof of his house. I can get on top of my roof and see it visually with my own eyeballs and see his roof, and he's without power. In fact, he's calling me right now, and I'm not sure why, but hopefully, I think he's telling me if he doesn't get power back, he's going to have to come watch the game over here tomorrow. So I'm still with power, and I don't know how much longer. A little bit of wind. I've got a friend in Walker, said that her power went out a little while ago, but she got it back. So hopefully everybody's staying safe, particularly in Southwest Louisiana, Jennings, and so forth. A lot to talk about tonight. Please do me a favor, hit the like button, share to your feed. We were on the road this week. Certainly our whole schedule was thrown out of whack with Delta and all the high school games getting moved to Wednesday and Thursday nights. I had already had Jennings at Cecilia on my schedule to see Trevor H. And boy, he did not disappoint. And I know a lot of you, it's kind of like the same thing with Arch Manning. You all think that because his older brother is at Clemson, that's a done deal. And I'm going to tell you right now, I think based on my conversations with him, talking to folks in Jennings, I think LSU leads for Trevor H.N. And you need to do yourself a favor and go over to TigerBait.com and subscribe. Watch that interview with Trevor. Big-time running back, has had an offer from Ed Orgeron for over a year now. And talks to Ed Orgeron and Kevin Falk almost every day. And he was telling me that they were leaving. Of course, that whole area was being told to evacuate as soon as they got back from their game Wednesday night in Cecilia, which they won. They were told to evacuate, but he was going to South Carolina for Clemson's game this weekend anyway. So I think when you see his tape at 213 or 214 pounds, he's an absolute beast. Had a huge game against Cecilia, almost like 130 or 150 yards rushing, 3 big touchdowns. I've got all the footage on Tiger Bait, and like I always tell you guys, nobody does prospect video better than we do at TigerBait.com. So go subscribe, and I appreciate a lot of you subscribing to Tiger Bait. We've had a great run of new subscribers since the season started. I'm getting emails and feedback from people who love recruiting and love watching prospect video. And look, you can see what's out there on Twitter. You can see what's out there on Huddle, and it just does not compare to what we have on TigerBait.com. And to be honest with you, I look at our footage, and it's better than what you see on TV stations. So we load it up in 1080p, 60 frames per second. My Walker Howard videos sometimes are almost 7 gigabytes that I load up to our. You can blow it up on your big screen, cast it to your TV, and it's going to look like you're watching, in high def on your Cox cable. So check that out on TigerBait.com. Subscribe. $1 gets you on the site for a week. I think if you try us out, you'll love it. And as always, like I say, you go to the $99 annual package, because with that one you get 3 months free. It's less expensive than going monthly, and we want to have you as a subscriber at TigerBait.com. Look, this is such a time right now with hurricane season, Delta happening right now as I'm talking to you. And look, there's nobody we like having more than as a sponsor than Pride Roofing. Mike Faraday, who I grew up with in Sherwood Forest here in Baton Rouge, is a Broadmoor High School and LSU graduate. I know a lot of you, in the Florida parishes, Livingston Parish, the Felicianas. You probably had some damage last night when it came through. Call the number that you see on the screen there, 225-275-2041. Tell them you saw them on TigerBait.com. They'll move you to the front of the line. They're on a first-name basis with all the insurance adjusters. They're bonded. They have the best labor warranty in the business. And I really enjoy having them as the official roofing company of TigerBait.com. because I know the people involved. Mike Faraday, Alex Martinez, his partner, fantastic people, Louisiana folks, and they can get your quote to you in a hurry. Free quotes, doesn't cost you anything. If you have any roof damage, if you know someone that has roof damage, please have them call Pride Roofing and tell them that you saw them on Tiger Bait's Facebook Live chat, and we really appreciate it. Like I said, they cover South Louisiana from the Texas border to the Mississippi border, southern Mississippi as well. They've got a full crew, mini trucks and groups that can get out and tackle many roofs at the same time. Nobody's better than them. Pride Roofing LLC, and I've got their web address in the description box as well. So hold on to their number. Hopefully none of you need them, but if you do, they're the guys to call, and yeah, you won't be sorry. Boy, what a week in football. I cannot wait. I've been teasing it for weeks. It was the best high school game I saw all of last year. Catholic High, STM. Catholic High won that one in Lafayette. Certainly Catholic High is going to be stewing after a loss to Carr at Memorial Wednesday night. STM with another big night. I saw, I want to get this right. Jack Besh, wide receiver for STM, is now the all-time receptions leader in St. Thomas More history. 2,010 yards, 24 touchdowns, and he averages almost 18 and a half yards per reception throughout his career at St. Thomas More. And they're only 2 games into the season. Walker Howard, quarterback, LSU commitment, 2 games. He's only played 1 series of a second half in the first 2 games. 26 of 41, 9 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and 605 yards passing. And he's got I think he's got 1 or 2 rushing touchdowns in there as well. We've had all the footage from his first 2 games, and certainly we'll be there next week at Memorial Stadium. You know, with COVID, if there wasn't COVID, I think Memorial Stadium would be have one of the biggest crowds they've had in forever and a day. But I'm sure I don't know, the TV situation, he'll be there. I know VSN will be there. I got to believe VSN will be there. I'm not certain because Catholic's the home team. VSN does STM's home games. But either way, maybe it'll be on Cox or Game of the Week or one of them. But that's going to be a game to watch. And certainly Catholic, I don't know if Catholic was looking ahead to STM because Carr is a really good team. Close loss for the Bears in that one. Tyge Hill, LSU's defensive tackle offer for 2022. Got a big interview that I posted there this afternoon that Preston did with him at the end of that game. I finally posted it this afternoon along with some highlights of him. I've got some Emory Jones highlights that I'm going to post over the weekend. I think I've got a couple of clips of Shelton Sampson as well. So our cameras have been running at all these high school football games, and you'll want to check it out. Let me get to some of your quotes. What's new with recruiting? I tell you, it's with COVID, I think, you know, look, they're doing a lot of Zoom calls, you know, Skype, FaceTime, whatever the format is that works best for the kid. But look, we're kind of in a holding pattern right now. This hurricane, LSU left town early, arrived in Missouri last night. You know, but I think the war room that I posted on Tiger Bait last Thursday, which you can still easily find on the front page of Tiger Bait. Again, I keep saying it, when you fill in the spots, LSU at 18 commitments right now, and you go 19 through 24, it's easy to fill in. I'm just going to do it off the top of my head. Mason Smith, 19. Brian Thomas, 20. Sage Ryan, 21. Tristan Lee, 22. Savion Bird, 23. And who am I missing? Okay, I got 2 offensive linemen. Corey Foreman. Did I say Corey Foreman? You guys tell me. Anyways, when you fill in the gaps, and I've got it all in our war room from last week, nothing's changed there. So then the question becomes, for the 25th spot, I don't think it's going to be a second quarterback, even though they're still talking with Cole Lord. I know they want him to be a part in the program. We'll see how that plays out. Is it a second running back? Is it a fourth offensive lineman? Is it a second tight end? You're seeing them offering more wide receivers. Malik Neighbors at Southside was offered 2 weeks ago. You saw the kid from Ryan Denton in Texas that decommitted from Texas earlier this week, got offered by LSU the next day, although it looks like Oklahoma might be the team to beat for him. But LSU's still out there pursuing wide receivers. So could this actually be a 3 offensive line class? Dellinger, Tristan Lee, Savion Byrd. And because with what they've been doing with the offers the last few weeks to receivers, that's very telling to me. So Marion Metter, everything at home has calmed down. That's great news. Daniel, boy, I was bragging to Preston the other night about how good I am at names. He was bragging on me, and watch me butcher this, Daniel. Forgive me. Daniel Sahuke. I don't think that's right. I'm saying it wrong. Sahik. I've heard Trevor and his mom love some Edo. You're absolutely right. And that's absolutely true. Met Trevor's dad in pregame Wednesday night at Cecilia. And by the way, Cecilia's new stadium. It's a year old. That's the first time I've been there. The last time I was there was in 2009, I believe. Parkview Baptist. I think it was a playoff game. And I was filming Carneal Ainsworth from Parkview Baptist that committed and signed with LSU. And if you remember, he arrived on campus and I think left after a few weeks. That was the last time I was at Cecilia. And what was it, a stadium behind their middle school? Mosquitoes were like flying monkeys. They could pick you up and fly away with you. Still, they had mosquitoes out there the other night, but I don't think they were as near as bad as they were 10, 11 years ago. Beautiful stadium out there at Cecilia. Their facilities, they did an incredible job. Julius Levy, is Sage Ryan still a possible at LSU? I have him in the probable category. He's been for a long time. Did I miss him when I was saying my list? He's a high probable at LSU. I don't see him going anywhere. Aaron Fisk, Corey Foreman, Mason Smith. I have both of those in the probable category. If you've been watching these chats and follow me on tigerbait.com, I was about 60-40 about 6-8 weeks ago. Then I backed off of that and kind of went 50-50. And now I'm probably 65-70 LSU's way. I have him as a probable at LSU. I think the LSU coaching staff has done a fantastic job. I think the 2 unofficial visits within multiple weeks of each other is very telling with Corey Foreman. I always say I don't believe in package deals. I'm not saying it's a package deal, but there's no doubt that Mason Smith and them being friends is a draw. But don't discount Ed Orgeron, Christian LaCouture, Bill Johnson, and everybody else on the staff in helping recruit him. Sig UK, boy, Psy UK, boy, I'm butchering that, Daniel. I'm probably gonna have to talk to you outside Tiger Stadium one day. You're gonna have to tell me that one. Daniel says, I live in South Mississippi. I'm hearing Deion Smith might be wavering from a few folks around here. I don't believe that. I think there's a relationship there at Jackson Academy. As you guys know, I was out there when they played in A-Meet, was that 3 or 4 weeks ago? I got that video is still easy to find on tigerbait.com. Exclusive video and interview with him. That kid's not going anywhere, and he's got a little brother that's darn good. But I think the reason why he's at Jackson Academy after Provine decided the folks in that county decided not to play high school football. I'm told one of only 2 counties in Mississippi not to play high school football. But that part of the reason that he's at Jackson Academy is there's a friendship there with the coach and Ed Orgeron that goes back many years. So I'll leave it at that. Any other questions? Anything I need to get to? How you guys doing power-wise? Any of you out of power and watching via your cell phone? I hope everybody's okay. We don't have any major damage to the poor folks in Southwest Louisiana have already endured enough. I got a buddy of mine that lives in Ohio, married a girl from Lake Charles. His in-laws have been there for 8 weeks and now waiting on their house to get repaired. And now this. So hopefully the damage from this one is nothing. Let's see what else I want to get to. Tomorrow, 11 a.m. kickoff, Missouri. 14.5 point spread. I think the over-under is 54. Man, I kind of like that over and under. I think I'm at like 35-17 LSU. Well, so I guess I am under. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the under on that one, 35-17. Look, Missouri with that schedule and Coach Drinkwitz with that early schedule, Alabama, Tennessee, and then LSU. At least he gets LSU at home now. But still, boy, what a brutal schedule for his first year as the head football coach. Daniel, just some weird rain here in Diamond Head. Yeah. Hopefully everybody's going to be okay. Again, look, tomorrow we're going to go Facebook Live. Hopefully we all have power. And we're going to, Preston will get his power back. Either way, he'll be here tomorrow if I still have power. And we'll go Facebook Live tomorrow after the game. Please, again, hit the like button, share. Go to tigerbait.com, subscribe. We do a live chat during every football game. We want to have you on our premium message board. Preston and I and all the subscribers, our premium subscribers, chat live during the game. And then, of course, we'll be here Facebook Live about an hour after the game ends, after we get all our content up on the site. We'll have the Zoom call with Ed Orgeron and players. And then as soon as that's done, we get that uploaded to the site, then Preston and I will be live here tomorrow afternoon. I'm guessing maybe 3-ish, 2:30, 3-ish. Well, we'll see how the timing ends on that one. But Shannon, I'm heading there at 9 in the morning. Yeah, Shannon, you lucked up with that game change, so you must have secured tickets. Give us a report. Tyler Azan, I think Kayshon Boutte has a breakout game versus Missouri. I would love to see it. Look, that's one of the positives. I say it all the time. This is a season where you're really. I'm not saying you've changed your expectations. You want LSU to win every football game, but I think we're going to enjoy every week watching the newcomers get their opportunities. Kayshon Boutte, who you mentioned, we've already seen a steady dose of a bunch of newcomers that are performing very well. Look, it's what we're seeing. A bunch of spots. These kids are just going to get better and better every week. Ali Gay, I love watching him. I think Miles Brennan's going to get better every week. John Emery is showing some flashes of what we've all been talking about since he came out of Destrehan, over 100 yards rushing last week. We'll see what ends up happening tomorrow. Jeray Jenkins, Kayshon Boutte. Of course, Terrace Marshall keeps doing what Terrace Marshall does. And I think the offensive line certainly performed considerably better last week. I think they're going to keep doing that. I liked what I saw out of Cameron Wire playing on the offensive line last week. So I think that's going to be a part of the fun of this season, is really watching the new faces that get to play mixed in with the guys who have been in the program for a while that are now getting their opportunity. Al Landry, will Chris Curry be back playing this week? That was something I've been wondering myself. Ed Orgeron, because they left yesterday and to go to Missouri, we didn't get our typical Thursday after practice media Zoom call with Ed Orgeron. So I'm not sure on Curry. I suspect he'll be there and ready to go, but I've not heard definitively. Ty Davis has a great game, Tyler says, along with Boutte. What is Missouri? They're averaging less than 5 points in the first half of their first two games. I think Bo Pelini's going to want to put the pressure on the young quarterback. I think they're going to get some sacks on Missouri. They've got a pretty stout running back. but I don't think they have near enough to compete with LSU. I think it's probably a good thing that LSU got into town last night to get settled in. And I think the weather is supposed to be beautiful up there. So 11 a.m. kickoff. And so hopefully here in town the weather goes through and we have some positives to talk about tomorrow. And we're not talking about any loss of life or multi tens of $1 million in damages across Southwest Louisiana and Baton Rouge area. So again, Pride Roofing. If you have roof damage, please call them, reach out to them, and say you heard about them on Tiger Bait. They're the best in the business. You're going to get the best warranty, and you're going to want to talk to them, the official roofing company of TigerBait.com, Pride Roofing. Let me see, any more questions? And I'm going to cut out of here. I'm paranoid that the power is going to go out, and I'm going to lose you guys for the evening. 82 for the high, Shannon says. Yeah, that's going to be a great day for football. Shannon, of course, is originally from Baton Rouge and now lives in the Missouri area. St. Louis, right, Shannon? And so she's an LSU fan that's going to reap the rewards of LSU relocating that game to Missouri this week. By the way, give me some comments. I don't know if you can tell. We're using a better camera, a better microphone. I think I need to play around with the lighting a little bit. But this is much better than what I was doing before. We're using a full professional video camera, professional mic that works. Let me know what you guys think of the new setup, or if you even noticed it. But anyways, check us out tomorrow, TigerBait.com. Hope you guys stay safe. No damage to your homes, and no issues with anybody physically as well. TigerBait.com tomorrow. We'll have all your game coverage, post-game coverage. We'll be back here on Facebook Live after the game. And see you then. Y'all have a good evening.